Hello everyone, this is Real Soviet Bear, aka Mio, with me is Christian, aka Rustweaver.
Hello.
This is Alien Isolation, as evidenced by the main menu.
And the music and the graphics.
I mean, this music isn't really
It's
alien. It's
very
good.
alien.
It's very alien, but I'm not gonna hear it like on a random Spotify playlist and go, "Oh man, that's so isolationist."
It's not isolationist. It's more a case of just that is the Alien Isolation soundtrack.
Well, yes, but if I heard it without the context of the game, I wouldn't react with, "Wow, that's Alien Isolation." I have to read it as Alien Isolation.
Ah, I see.
I can't hear it and think that's Alien Isolation.
Maybe I just worked on it too long. Whenever I hear that specific kind of string horn combo, I think Alien, and then I know the intonation of not the intonation, the different score for Alien Isolation versus Alien the movie.
You know, it's a practice I need to start watching the last episode I upload before we start, so I can remember what the fuck I'm doing.
If you remember, you went through the synthetic showroom.
Oh right.
And the synthetics were not particularly happy about you being there. So
synthetics have no emotions, so they can fuck off.
Well, I think that not happy was me sort of sugarcoating it. They want to kill you.
Yeah. Okay, this was I think the room we entered, there was like, oh, I think there's a save room in there, and then we entered and like, oh, there is a save room in there.
And you're surrounded by stuff, like, this looks like somebody's boat hole.
Oh, wait, now I remember, you mentioned something about a fucking boss fight. Why does this game even have boss fights? Now I remember everything. I was being chased by dumb
stupid androids with their really good, like, scenes.
Stupid dumb androids. Okay. Man, I wish I could craft a stun baton.
Yeah, stun baton charge would be good.
Okay, so this is max. 3 is max. We have no established.
Maybe that is your battery. I think that is your battery on the left-hand side there. Like how much your battery is for your headlight. Headlight. It's like your car.
Headlight. I mean, at least I'm better. Even if I have a headlight, I'm better equipped than the Doom Marine in Doom 3.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't even have gaffer tape. Actually, there was something that I remember we touched upon, which was how we would do lights, and stuff like Doom 3 kind of came up, and games where you have like a light effectively. Smythe getting really angry. Still fucking down here. Open this door now.
I'm glad you felt the need to justify why the fuck there are all these supplies here. It's like, oh man, like, will the player feel cheated if all of a sudden they actually have options and equipment? It's like, oh, just leave a journal.
It's for
nice.
It's for plot hole reasons. The amount of we didn't want that many plot holes in the game. So.
Can I say that I really love the baton reload animation? It's really good.
Yeah, it's nice. I liked it.
It feels like it's actually using a battery.
Mm-hmm. Like it's this massive capacitor thing, this really old school cattle prod capacitor thing.
Yeah. Oh wow, an EMP mine. Now I know I have high expectations. 2 EMP mines. Wow. Okay. Not really sure what the game wants me to do now.
Oh, there's a keycard thing underneath there. There we go. ID tag. Keycard. What am I talking about?
Okay, I have another question. When you were doing this, I'm guessing you probably like got through playthroughs being like, oh, what was the least used item and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, what seems like it doesn't need to be in the game. Did you ever consider cutting the flare? Because I've been maxed out with flares, so I really don't understand the purpose of them. Or
no, I thought that flares were really, really good thing to have because you've got noisemakers and you've got like explosives. And like smoke stuff, you've got all these tools, right, that you're supposed to be using, but the flare is like so simple.
Oh shit! through it, broke through it. It sounded like you broke through it. Wait, did I divert the gas there?
Maybe. Oh crap! It doesn't kill them.
I know.
You could shoot them.
Oh! Wow, thanks. Fuck off. Actually, fuck it.
Yeah. Screw this noise.
I think there's one more.
I think so.
Maybe one of these things had a key card.
Down I go.
Falls like a fucking board. Maybe one of these things had a key card. Oh wait, there's another one.
Is
Okay. Well, no, I mean like, she said, "Oh, maybe one of these things had a key card," and all of a sudden there's another guy walking forward.
Ah, okay.
Okay, I should be able to turn off the gas now.
That was pretty helpful.
I think I did divert the gas
Yes.
because
yes,
I
you
did click it. Yeah.
Yeah, you did, and
So
it basically burst through that section just as they were coming through the door.
Yeah, so that probably like slowed them down a bit.
Hmm.
So was that the boss fight?
That was the boss fight.
That didn't feel like a boss fight. I mean, oh shit. Oh, that's just a normal one. I was like, oh shit, somebody didn't go through. Oh no, wait. He's just chilling there.
Chilling, bit of villain. Basically, I didn't say it was going to be nails. I just said that there was going to be a boss fight.
I mean, it felt more like an action sequence. Wow, 2 fucking Molotovs. Way to force me to like come back here, game. When the alien returns. I might as well. I have really enough HP.
We've got a lot of resources now. And
Yeah.
A lot of free stuff. I think
Yeah.
there's a med kit lying around somewhere, or a medical injector thingy.
Yeah, that was pretty okay. When I reached the boss fight, I expect, oh man, now it's gonna be some MK2 Joe with full
No.
body armor.
No. Yeah, you're gonna have fun later.
Oh, there is gonna be an MK Joe.
Nah.
Medkit, EMP mine. This is like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's like make one so it's all 2s. See?
And you've got another. You can make another med kit, which is always useful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good list of things.
Yeah. So, like I said, the flare is actually really useful. It's just you need to use it as a distraction, in the same way as a noisemaker is a distraction. It's just a noisemaker is expensive. It requires all these parts. It requires you to like make sure you use it properly.
Also, when you use the noisemaker, you don't light up like a fucking Christmas tree when you turn it on.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that you can,
Throw it from behind corners, you know.
yeah, you can have the flare and you can sort of reflect it off stuff. So
I'm gonna assume, going by general video game pacing, that was the high point of dealing with androids for a bit, so at least this room should be okay. That's just my assumption. I could be wrong. This game could be playing with my expectations like that.
yeah, like having a guy right fucking there.
Weyland-Yutani synthetic registered. Attempted unauthorized access.
Oh, fuck it. Oh, really?
What is going on?
What? Is this like the one I'm supposed to talk to?
Try interacting with that thing there. That's
And I thought here it was like oh, I'm a really that bad fucking depth perception.
yeah. That was a little bit weird. I don't know why that is the way that it is. And it used up a charge pack.
And I used up a charge pack, which is kind of tempted to actually reload my save because of that charge pack. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That makes sense. I have no idea why that guy is like that.
Yeah, reloading. He's actually like actually interactable, and he just bugged out. I still have to use my charge.
I mean, if he's bugged out, then that's obviously going to be a bit of a shitter. But
It's gonna be very embarrassing. Everybody's gonna feel bad about it.
well, you know, the only people who should be embarrassed about it are the people who either missed it or the people who implemented it.
I don't know.
This wasn't my bit. So
Video games are a collaborative effort. Everybody's always to blame for everything.
that's true.
And there is a medkit I missed. See, something good came out of.
Yeah, you managed to find a medkit.
Yeah.
A few shells. You had a blasting cap on him.
Yeah, I think I got it by pressing X too fast.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just walk around with my shotgun.
The shotgun's really nice. I do like the way that we made that. It feels like, I don't know, just overly meaty for a shotgun.
No, I like it. It feels like a proper shotgun. I also like that she's shivering with the shotgun as well.
Yeah.
I feel like she'd be a tad calmer with the shotgun.
But not really, I think. The other thing about it is the shotgun is both for lefties and righties as well, if you notice. The reload section at the top, it has sections on either side, so you can swap it over. And
that's nice.
maybe you just can't interact with him. Maybe he just doesn't.
Tommy synthetic registered. Attempted unauthorized access.
Okay, we'll just
Let's turn this off then. And
yeah.
go on our merry way.
Then he activates when I activate this. Like,
Yeah.
I am triggered by progress. Sand injector. Okay, so I meant to go over there, which is the elevator thing. We'll just quickly check what is here. Restore power. Oh, okay.
So I think you're attempting to follow Samuels into
Oh.
Where was it? Communications, I think? Or just Seeks and Synthetics in general, because he's trying to interact with the...
What the fuck is that sound?
Dunno.
I guess that's a TV signal?
It's probably that's broken, because you can't access any of these elevators.
Yeah. So anyway, you said you got a question somewhere.
Yes, someone asked, did we specifically choose English voice actors, or was it because of the place that we were doing the recording, or some sort of specific design? Axel is Scottish. Taylor and Samuels are both British. I think I mentioned that before. They had British accents because they were the bad guys, or they were part of the company. So
There's a bad guy, so they have to be British.
yeah, it's bad guys. It's just kind of corporate, really. I mean, I think that's the main thing about it. But the woman who Ripley has an American accent.
Great.
What was that, Ripley?
Nothing. Just more shit on this station fucking up. The usual.
So actually, we had a kind of wide range of accents. You've got Ricardo, who's British, but a different kind of British to Samuels and Taylor. I think we generally just picked people we thought would work, given the fact that the crew of the Nostromo were a mix of British and American.
Yeah.
So we just got British and American voice actors. I don't think there's anything specific.
Oh god, that's hard to time. Well, hard to see as well. Okay, that's the next one. I always did wonder about that kind of like trope of okay, like you're in space, but everybody's like fully English native speakers. Like there's no one who sounds vaguely German in space.
Yeah, it was interesting actually because Halo ODST actually had a lot of Indian voice actors and a lot of Australasian actors for their versions. So that was pretty cool actually to have to kind of hear those underrepresented voices. I mean, I totally would have more variety in voice acting, but sometimes it's just who you're pitching it towards and what other people want.
Yeah, I always do appreciate when games do like actual voice actors speaking the language they're from, or you're getting like okay, if this character is German, he's gonna speak German and speak in English, like how Overwatch does it for a lot of characters. I don't think they do it for all of the characters, but for a lot of them they do.
Yeah, I mean, I know that your portion of the world is kind of underrepresented.
What you mean you don't remember our star performance and Soldier of Fortune as the bad guys of an entire annoying maze-like level that looked like a Doom Mars station?
Well, that was your finest hour. That's true, but it's not. You haven't got a huge variety of games under your belt, as it were.
I think like the most positive light I remember at least was being a NPC you have to rescue and Commandos 2.
Lots of more games.
In Android processing. We've got a situation. There's white on red casualties on station. I've just had an android report to the APTC with head trauma. But he's covered in blood. Human blood. I've alerted the marshals, put my secretary someplace safe, and right now, I'm headed for the transit. I'm gonna get a working Joe to consult Apollo. Maybe it knows who the hell is to blame for this.
Hostiles nearby. Interesting.
Welcome to Siegs and Synthetics.
Okay, time to equip the EMP, I guess. Or actually, Stun Baton. EMP is if I see a bunch.
Yeah, white on red is a really good term.
Organ storage.
Yep.
Oh, weird texturing.
Yeah, weird thing going on with the lighting there.
Okay, so this is.
That's back to where you started.
I wonder.
You went down and around.
I wonder what will break the glass.
Space glass. And I remember saying that actually, that there are areas which has space glass. It's like, what is space glass? It's like, space glass is invulnerable glass, obviously, for space.
No, I'm actually interested in reading up how astronauts, how like space travel works when you like have to put glass on the spaceship to actually see where you're going, but it's fucking glass and you're in the vacuum of space.
Well, they created some sort of transparent steel at some point,
Yeah.
which was pretty ridiculous if you think about it.
Oh, that first one's moving. There's a camera. Can I execute to this man? Is he just invulnerable? Oh, now he's okay, right? Wow, excuse me, didn't know napping gave you invulnerability. Come on, bring it, Beak.
Have some of that.
You think your bed will protect you once you go back to bed now, then?
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Son of a bitch.
This is an entirely
Haha,
Wow,
2
the
rounds to the head.
Wow, the shotgun is like really damaging.
Remember, you can loot them as well.
Yeah. So, I'm allowed to say that it felt a bit shitty that they can just get up and I can just stare at them?
Yeah, unfortunately that's a thing that you may notice, or viewers may notice in games a lot.
Yeah, I
there
know.
is the the kind of uninterruptible animations.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very difficult to... Oh, shit, son.
Oh, well, there's
Fuck,
this.
there's
That's,
loads of them. Yeah, because it's very difficult to interrupt those animations and make them look good.
yeah. Well, it's more along the lines of, like, you kind of know he's there, you kind of know he's gonna get up, and you stare at it straight in the eye, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like, yep, sorry, can't really do
And it's like,
anything.
well, I've got white eyes now, I can't actually be hurt.
It's one of those things that I always call like for example, it's always okay to have those kind of tricks in games as long as you never feel like
You can interrupt it.
like as long as the player never feels like, oh, I wish I could do this.
Stacking them up in the doorway.
I mean, what else am I gonna do? They're cheating. It's kind of like in let's say like in Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm.
You never feel like you need a jump button until you get to one level, and then you're like, man, I wish I had like a proper jump button, not this like bullshit excuse for a jump button.
Yeah, this roll, effectively.
But until then, the game would have been completely fine without like a jump button existing.
Yeah, I mean, there's sections of, like, I remember playing World of Warcraft, and I do love World of Warcraft, but there was one specific raid where you had to do a lot of fucking jumping, and MMO, third-person MMO is not a good thing for doing jumping,
Yeah.
especially because there's no running and jumping, there's no, ability to actually make sure that the jumping system works and feels good. So it becomes really difficult to try and put that in to somewhere where it doesn't belong. But equally, yeah, it's really annoying when you want something and it's not there.
Yeah, as long as like the player never feels like they want, like you don't have like jumping in Resident Evil 4, and you never feel like you need it in that game.
Yeah, and you don't have jumping in this either. And again,
Yeah.
you don't really feel the lack of it, because where you need to jump, it's all context sensitive, similarly to Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Olmer Munch asks, Christian, is this the largest budget game you've worked on so far in your career?
I think it probably is. I also worked on Halo Wars 2, which was quite a high budget game, but I think that this probably just tips it.
Well,
The amount of
it's
money on it. I mean,
a $60 Sega game with a movie IP. So that probably knocks it up quite a bit in value.
yeah, we had a lot of advertising budget as well, and all of our like cinematics weren't like Blur cinematics, so they weren't made by what would be an expensive company. So we kind of saved money, I guess, on that.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess it's kind of hard to like gauge that on like now when you can have indie games that kind of look like this on a smaller budget because they're developed in cheaper areas in the world.
And also the fact that they are using like not proprietary engines. I mean, we built this engine at the same time as we were making the game, so all of these renderers and all of these things, we didn't use Substance. For people who know what that means, it means that we've got everything was done by hand. Every single texture was done by hand. Everything was lit by hand. All the LODs were done by hand.
Wait, all the lighting here was completely done by hand?
Yeah, we had lighting objects inside some of these things, but most of it was little lights that we went through and made sure just worked on their own.
Oh.
They were actually pretty difficult to get working right, so that they looked good wherever you put them.
Yeah.
So they had to have special filters over the top of them to make them look slightly grainy or slightly more dull than they would do normally.
And then I'm guessing you'd get like very specific spaces, like this one, for example.
Yeah, I mean, we would want a specific light in a specific location, and they would go through and they do a lighting pass over it. But most of the small little like coloured lights and bits and pieces were all kind of done to make sure, created to make sure that they worked in a lot of things, which is quite impressive.
To be fair, this lighting is like really fucking good, which I think it's clear that it's not automated, like that you passed every scene by hand.
Yeah, So I mean, there's stuff that you can do in the latest Unreal editor, which is frankly amazing, and it does all of the stuff that we were doing. I mean, if you look at these, if you come back a little bit, you look at those beams coming through there, those
Yeah.
God Ray things. That's actually really kind of difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
With the proprietary engine. Now you just flick a switch and it's just like, hey, I'm Unreal, I do this thing. It's like, hey, I'm Unity, now I can do all of these cool things. And all of these textures can be done in Substance in like a tenth of the time. I mean, if you remade this in exactly the same way, then I think it would take less time, but it would feel generic, I guess.
Yeah, this I think I hate calling games cinematic, but this one does feel like the lighting is done in the same way that you would light a movie scene.
Yeah, an actual set, like a movie set. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about using actual set photos and all the rest of this kind of stuff.
What?
Oh, I think it might have detected you on something.
That was weird.
Yeah, I think you might have just gotten a little too close to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, because we were using set photos,
Mhm.
it means that it feels like a set because it actually basically is one.
Okay, not to
Interactive
aggro this
set.
guy. Or not.
I think he might have just been. Oh shit! Get into the floor. Or
No,
like
I'm
shoot him in the face.
Man, I'm just shooting on the face.
Unwarranted.
I just love how they fall back like a fucking board.
It's just a log. They're so heavy and just, and they have no way of like bracing themselves because they're not very well made.
Oh, okay. No camera setting here. Ah, it's over there.
Yeah, it's over there on the other wall.
Next to that, obviously gonna wake up Android.
I don't know. The previous one you went over to, it seemed like he might have been awake, but you know he had loads of bullet holes in him. So
Yeah. Actually, that one is a bit like, all bundled up.
he's not got a head. He's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, the smoke is really, really nice actually.
Yeah.
In general, like when you fire the shotgun, it actually looks like a cordite smoke. Like when next time you fire it, kind of thing. So
Oh, he is looking ahead, I see now.
yeah.
My most important thing in a video game is if it features a shotgun, that shotgun really has to be good.
Mm.
Or have a shotgun that's really good, at least one.
Yeah.
Was the in-house engine built on previous in-house engines from the same studio?
No, brand new. Everything was brand spanking new.
Oh wow, that's
I
pretty
think
crazy.
maybe the only thing, it might have bits of it might have been based on a very old engine, so we weren't like literally starting from zero. But we, the renderer, which is the thing that actually makes things appear on screen, was all done from scratch, and quite a bit of it was just done specifically for this, and it did get reused. I mean, the renderer got used on is now being used on Total War games instead of other stuff, and we reused the renderer, I believe, for some other projects that we worked on, but nothing went to waste.
Total War aliens.
Yeah.
Ripley, good to see you alive. Apollo's security perimeter has been built so that only Sikhs and synthetics can interact with it. Listen to me. I'm going to have to do something rather drastic if I hope to connect with Apollo.
I'm going to have to kill you. I mean, really, does anyone trust synthetics after Alien 1?
Probably not.
Even though the 1 and 2 was like, oh, not all things are that bad. Look, like this 1 and 2 is pretty good.
I think people trusted Bishop in the end.
Yeah.
Bishop was a good guy, you know.
Oh,
I just need to keep going.
Yeah, I thought he was going to elaborate. I need to do something drastic, yes?
Oh, I'm just going to need to do something drastic, just so you know.
I'm glad people suffer from the same thing as all movie characters, which is I'm not going to explain myself.
Well, I mean, again, that was quite like the first movie as well, where it was just like, are we going to explain why we want this thing or how we know about this thing or anything else like that? Nah. It's just going to basically tell the android aboard the ship to kill you. I think he will extrapolate when you approach him. Yeah, you don't use. Yeah, I was going to say you don't use that very often.
I'm going to use the reformat chamber. It's the only option. I've had to divert power from the area to allow me to try.
Okay.
So that's why everything's so fucked up.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have to walk all the way through this, but under different conditions. Like everything is on fire, maybe.
We already had that with well, not really had that. It was the bit with the hospital and the explosive.
Ooh, fog.
Spoopy.
Samuels, that's too dangerous.
Yes, far too dangerous. Wish me luck.
Samuels, don't!
Wait, so he's gonna reformat himself.
Kind of. Yes.
Another question is, actually, we'll tackle it after the cinematic moment.
Infection has been purged. The creature is no longer on board. The station is safe. Request that all hazard containment operations are suspended. Alert. Unauthorized connection. Ripley, Apollo's rejecting me. We might be in trouble.
No shit.
Samuels?
Apollo is trying to stop me from interfacing. Oh no! Amanda! You need to manually disconnect the systems. Please!
How the fuck do you even do
Samuels,
that?
I'll try!
Wait! You need to do it in the correct order, or the cascade will be fatal for me. I'm accessing Seegson schematics. Remove the red cable first.
So follow the
Okay,
red cable.
Red first.
Good puzzle.
Yeah, I didn't want to spoil it by telling you it was coming, but it's a nice puzzle.
Red done.
Next, look for a blue cable. Can you see it?
I keep doing both because it says right, so I press the right stick as well.
Yeah.
Got it. Blue disconnected. What next?
I'm having trouble accessing the schematics. Apollo is making things
Guessing it's
difficult.
green next.
I need the next one, Samuels! What?
What's happening out there, Ripley?
The emergency lights have come on! I can't make out the colors of the cables! You're gonna have to guide me to them!
The next one is plugged into a wall socket. There was an upturned gurney nearby.
Oh, I think that is the one that you were next to.
This one. Or the one I was next to.
Is that an upturned gurney? Yes, it's an upturned gurney. I think it's that one.
Okay.
Found it!
Just two more, Ripley. Look for an open floor panel. There should be a deactivated android next to it.
Okay.
Got it, Samuels!
Just the last one now, Ripley.
Was this the one? with
No.
This one.
No, I think it was this one. This one, maybe? Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh, damn.
That's a good puzzle. I wonder if it caused like. I do wonder like if some of the. This... Oh shit.
You're dying.
You talk like I've had an actual life. I thank you for that.
Samuels.
The Apollo transit is open.
You did that for me.
I wanted Amanda Ripley to have closure.
Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Okay, time to restore power.
Ricardo, if you're there, pick up.
I'm here, sorry.
Samuels is gone.
Shit.
He opened Apollo Transit for me. I'm gonna go straight there. I'll get Apollo to lift the lockdown.
Oh, power restored, never mind.
Just auto reset everything, I think.
Yeah. So let's go save real quick. Oh, that was pretty nice of him.
Yeah.
I
Good
would-
guy, Android.
I actually wondered, like, in the alien lore, like, do androids actually have, like, well, not like emotions, that's, like, a bit too far-fetched, but more like personalities, like, proper.
Well, this was the question that people had with
Bishop,
Bishop.
yeah.
And it's the same thing that we want to do there. And Scumboy says, "Oh man, now I feel like a shit for expecting another Ash Android turn." I know, man.
Yeah, another question was, how did you source voice actors? Did you do, like, movie casting, or did you do video game voice actors?
I believe that it was down to Dion and Will, the writers, and they knew some people. And they got the people that they wanted for the roles in the same ways you kind of get other actors for stuff. You have people who would either apply for the job role via agencies, or they would be people that you work with before and just liked their voice and liked working with them, or sometimes it's an agency specifically that deals with lots and lots of different people. But I think we wanted to get people who had specific, like, I guess, theatrical training, because that's the kind of people who were picked for the movie. People who were either established actors in some way, or were classically trained, so that we could get the right kind of delivery.
Yeah, seems fine. Try to reload my battery.
Another flare. I mean, you used up like almost all of your shotgun shells, but you managed to shoot your way through it. So
Yeah, I'm fine with shooting my way through it. Yeah. So when you have a color-based puzzle like that, so obviously, like, it makes sense in the universe because Amanda Ripley's not colorblind. But how do you balance that out for colorblind players? Did you proof that through like the accessibility options you have?
well, there was there's a thing that you can do where you track colorblindness. There was somebody who was colorblind who worked on the project, so that helped because I believe that he was quite a common colorblindness. And yeah, I mean, colorblindness is one of those things where people have.
Wait, I just found something here. An interview tape. You need to hear it.
Play it, Ricardo.
You're Marlowe, right?
Yeah.
I'm Taylor. Sector Exec Wayland Yutani.
Oh, the big guns now, huh? Not some girl with abandonment issues?
Leave Ripley out of this. She's just looking for closure. I'm looking after Wayland Yutani interests.
And I'm looking to get out of this fucking setup. Maybe we can do it here.
Maybe. This is being recorded. You understand?
I saw. Red lights on.
I want data. The location of the planetoid where you found the derelict. All data you have on the origin of that organism.
I can give you that. And a way off this station. You just have to let me out.
I can probably agree to those terms. What the fuck?
Taylor? Taylor, get me out of this cell right now! Get me out!
Interesting.
I heard it.
So anyway, you were saying before you were rudely interrupted by Story.
What was I saying?
We were talking about color blindness and how you're.
Ah, yes. Colorblind people do have to deal with colorblindness on a regular basis, and they know, a lot of them know what we would consider red and what we would consider certain colors. We, in that puzzle, it was, we really wanted it to feel like it was difficult for everybody, which is why the emergency lights came on, and it was like, fuck, what do we do with this thing?
Yeah.
But I think we picked colors that were
Easy to distinguish.
distinct enough.
Yeah.
It's obviously not going to be an exact science, and there's lots of different people with lots of different types of color blindness. I think there's 4 or so common variants, or at least most common variants.
I'll save just in case.
And yeah, so one of them is where people see in literal black and white, which makes it difficult for us to do anything. But I think we picked colours that were distinct enough to do with the brightness of the colours rather than anything else. So like a blue and a red were very, very different from each other. And because when you turned on the red light, basically, it meant that everything else was the same. So it kind of worked out.